You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Welcome to Rom Wills, About That Business, the coaching business. And, that's actually a lucrative field now. That's a very lucrative field now. Now, it's funny, I've never really talked about this because, I'm known on YouTube as a dating coach. Even though I do other things, and some people have even said you're more of a life coach, but whatever it is, coach. That's actually lucrative. I mean, and it's funny, people look at what people are doing on YouTube, calling them coaches and whatever, but honestly, this is like small time. This is peanuts. You got some people out there doing some dating coaching, they doing some business coaching, charisma coaching, on a myriad subjects, activities. You got people out there, they not just coaching basketball or something or some sport, but they actually teaching it. And all of it's a part of the personal development industry. And that's a big thing. That's a $1 billion industry. That's a big $1 billion industry. And the beauty of coaching, though, and getting into that industry, even though they have some people that give some credentials or something, they'll say, well, we'll teach you how to do it. You as this is a credential. There really isn't any bar to getting into anything. You could be a type of person who knows how to make an apple pie real well. You advertise, hey, I can do a seminar on apple pies, and boom, as long as people pay for it, or even a webinar, as long as people pay for it, that's it. Because there's no real bar to entry in it. There's no you don't have to have a license for it. In fact, in order for there to be a license for it, you have to, you would need a bunch of coaches to get together and decide on some standard. And then that standard would have to be enforced by laws. Like somebody would have to pass a law to say only way you can call yourself a coach in this thing is if you pass this standard. And that's a political process. But right now, it's no bar to calling yourself a coach. It's just a matter of people going to pay money for your services. That's it. And whether that's good or bad, it's hard to argue because ultimately I always say the market should decide whether or not you're good. And, but it really comes down to what you really just monetizing your knowledge and then sharing your knowledge. You're being a teacher. I mean, to me, it's no different from martial artist instructors. I mean, they do have they have a more organized body. And, in that particular part of it, but it's still the same principle. It's still the same principle. Other stuff just have it. It's, you can be a firearms instructor. There's probably some laws for that. I'm not sure, but probably, it's the same principle. Now, as far as a business, what it is all you're doing is teaching what you already know and finding people who are interested in what you already know. Like I use a cooking example. Like I've known people who they've instructed others on how to prepare raw food or to prepare vegan food or to cook whatever. Or you have some people who, they might be writing instructors or business. It could be anything. That's the thing. You can teach whatever you think that people want to know about and what what they're willing to pay for. You can teach it. That's the beauty of it. You could say, hey, you could teach people how to take a test better, young people how to take a test better, And I was going to say personal training or, how to exercise better, but there's more organized bodies for that. But whatever the case, it's something because say whatever expertise you got. Okay, let's use the cooking example. You know how to cook apple pies a certain way. You decide you want to teach people this. There's so many ways. One is the actual, you can do live classes. Live classes says seminars. You can do webinars. You can do YouTube videos, get them monetized. You can write books on it. Should get some t-shirts about it. There's so much. It is actually, I had a list somewhere of how much money somebody can make or how many jobs are created just from you monetizing your knowledge, just from the coaching. That's the beauty of it. Writing the books. Just shoot, you could coach on writing. I've actually done some consultations on telling people how to write stuff. I've actually done consultations on that. Say, okay, yeah, this is what you do. This is what you work on. So it's a good field to get in, and I think it's growing because people want to know stuff. People are not learning some of the things they need to learn, and there's always something to be taught. It's always something. It's something everybody could learn. Somebody could do a coaching business on how to succeed at YouTube. Give some seminars. So anyway, something to think about, something to get into. In most cases, there's no bar to entry. That's the beauty of it. There is no bar to entry. As long as you really don't, just represent yourself well, don't commit any fraud, give people what you tell them you're going to give them. It's up to them whether or not to pay for it. But you can do it. It's a business everybody can start today. So, anyway, that's all I have. You know the deal. Let's go make that money.